Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we have been working on this hub down here. We are just about ready to begin proper development on it, actually. However, I did notice that we've got this going on, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, hang on a moment. Yeah, there's actually no way for police officers to get here, because you can only get there when coming in from somewhere outside the city. It's slightly awkward, to be sure. And perhaps the way that we'll handle it is by simply connecting in, like, over here. It's an option. I'm not sure how great of an option it is. I'm not sure how much traffic this is going to end up driving to this road as they're trying to come up over here. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That does, of course, mean that this is still inaccessible. We will have to change this to be bidirectional, like that. Which actually destroys the buildings, apparently. Okay, well, that's a thing. Now, we've got a bit of a sickness issue going on over here. That should be addressed, though. Shouldn't it?
Dinosaurs. The only restaurant with the servers are dinosaurs.
Maybe.
Our animatronics are so real.
I mean, if we were to place one over, say, here, that would certainly take care of it. So we'll go ahead and do that. Fantastic. Now then, we were working on our metro system down here. It is very minorly underway, and we of course need to put in a underground metro station, like so. We need to put that in right there. Excellent, and we're going to need another one here, and we're pretty much out of cash. We're going to run on maximum speed for right now. Can we place it here? Yes. Yes, we can. Fantastic. And this one doesn't want to go in this corner, it would appear. So we might have to put it here instead. Yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world to put it here. So we'll place it there. That will be absolutely fine. Now, as far as this goes, we are going to have to take out some of these power lines. They're going to be in the way for what we are doing, of course. And then we're going to place them like that. These power lines are completely temporary, so we don't need to worry about them for too long here. So let's go ahead and continue placing in our metro stations. Right here is exactly where we want to do it. It is apparently sloped too steep. We could place it here. And I think that's what we'll have to do. Not my preferred location for it, but it'll work. Similarly, right over... That's the slope. Okay, that's not enough money, but it's rotated the wrong direction. That's all sloped too steep. Yeah, that's all sloped too steep up there. We could put it here. I hate that rotation.
Welcome back. This is Elle, playing you the best music around.
Yeah, that rotation's really bad.
I'll be here pretty much all day. I hope they don't forget.
Yeah, there is quite a lot of hill here, to be sure. I suppose we could address it over here and just look to level this corner out a little bit, like that. Let's see if that works. Not exactly. Okay. We could remove this section. I don't want to remove this section, though. I would really prefer to have it be rotated over this way. That would fit much, much better. We could position it up over here. That's, again, sloped too steep all along this route. I think that we do have to take this section of road out. Let's see if we can get it to work by just removing that section of road and flattening this out just a smidge, like that. we're going to have to remove this section of road, which is moderately irritating. Oop, that was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this instead. We'll just smooth that out to there or so, and then we will soften this terrain over here. Kind of like that. That should be not too disruptive of the local terrain. And then we'll just bring that in like so. And we will, of course, bring this road back out. And I think now we should be able to get that metro in here. Still slope too steep. Really? I guess that does fall off a little bit still. Yeah, fair enough. We'll have to take this section of road out once more. And what I'm actually going to do this time is I'm just going to link these in, not with the freeform tool, but rather like this. I'm going to link these in like so. Then I'm going to construct... Actually, this is looking reasonably okay now that I look at it. There is some issues there that I would like to fix. Man, that still falls off so quickly. Okay. So I think what we're going to need to do then is we're going to need to continue to push this out over here. And yeah, we're going to have to deal with this landscaping once we get this system finished up here. And we are then going to bring it in like that. Can actually remove this section as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to build this in like this for now. Nice and straight. And hopefully still slow. Oh, we can build it here. Perfect. If we can build it there, then that works absolutely fine. So we'll then take this back out, and now that we have this built, we can fix what we've created here. And we're just going to take it in like that. We're going to fix our power line, and we're going to fix the landscaping situation here. Just get that nice and softened. Make it look far more natural, in theory. I'm going to actually take these bits of power line out. There we go. And then we will rerun this power line. Like that. Much better. Okay, that should do the trick, in theory. And then, of course, we're going to put in our metro lines. Not enough money. Okay. I'm not actually shocked by this. We're going to... I did think this would connect. And I didn't think that I would sneeze there, but luckily I did manage to get to my mute button. Fantastic. So that connects there, and then we're going to need to bring this up over this way. Again, these power lines up this way are temporary. So that is completely fine. That is actually close enough. I'm slightly shocked. Okay, that's a police car. I was going to say, how did traffic get here? But that's to be expected. Fantastic. Let's check in up here, see if anything really needs to be addressed. There's some garbage being taken care of over there. There is some sickness over here. That should be more than taken care of, realistically. We're going to leave that be for now. And we are going to continue working on our metro system over here. Now, we have not yet built our metro connector over here. We did start that. And we're going to then put in a metro station. I would love to put it on the other side of this, but apparently we can't because of the power lines. Okay. Let's remove the power lines here. Well, we're going to have to get out of that mode, apparently. We'll remove this power line, and we're going to put in a metro station literally right here. Then, we're going to put in our power line like that. Okay, so there's that. And we are, of course, going to need a pretty good amount of cash to be able to run our underground metro line up to the other hub. So we'll just connect this in like so. There we go. Should do the trick. And we'll create a couple of lines over this way. Something along the lines of that. And then another one going the opposite direction. Should not be paused while doing this. We need to accumulate cash. Okay, and then we'll do something along the lines of that. Perfect. We do need an inner metro system in here as well, and we can put that in. I think that that would just be located like here. Of course, we're going to have some power issues with that, which is completely expected, and we'll just run a power line, something like that. We're also going to remove this power line temporarily. Yeah, this is going to become unpowered. That is expected. And we'll just locate this there. And then that actually powers it. Fantastic. Okay, so we need 2 more metro stations in here. One here. Just as soon as we've got the cash, which will be any moment now. There we go. And then another one will go right here. And that one doesn't have power. Okay, that's fine. We can definitely fix that. Again, we're going to be removing all these power lines once we actually develop this old town area. Just waiting on a little bit of cash here. There we go. Excellent. And then we'll need to connect this all in, of course. And I'm just going to run a power line like that. And like that. Temporary power lines are temporary. Wonderful. So we've got our own unique grid down here as well, our power grid. We have no way of running across this water because we're not allowed to do that. So, unique power grid on this side and this side. And it'll probably create problems eventually. I'm reasonably certain of this. So let's go ahead and construct in our metro line here. Not enough cash. Well, we'll have enough cash soon. I like how these metros out here are running, but it's completely empty. There's no one to run to currently. And we're just going to do this, and are we going to even bother connecting these up? Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, we did it previously, but I feel like it's messy. I think I'll just leave these a bit separate. So we'll just put this in like so, and then another one going the opposite direction like so. Fantastic. And with that, we're almost ready to connect up this hub and get it functional. So that's great. What we're going to do, of course, is we're going to connect this up over... That's out of city limits. Yeah, we're not going to connect it quite like that. That's not how that's going to go. We're just going to bring this up over this way. That is going to be very expensive. Okay. So that's going to end up costing somewhere around 100k. I'm not shocked that that's expensive, to be clear. But it is definitely expensive. We could potentially take out a loan to do it, and I'm actually going to do that. We're making plenty of money. I'm not too concerned about it. So we're then just going to bring this on up over this way, like so. And then we're going to bring this way up over here and curve that in like that. And then it's going to come down over here. And then it's going to come in over like this and make a curve kind of like that. And of course, we will create lines over here. Like that. And then another one going the opposite direction. That is in the same location. How are we going to get one going the opposite direction when we have a two-stop system here? I want it to be on the other side. Okay, I guess we may only be able to have one line here. Awkward. Very, very awkward. Regardless, this is now connected in. I don't think anybody should be using it yet, but we do need some residential. Now, before we start zoning this residential, I do want to get this converted over to dense residential up here. So let's go ahead and work on that for a little bit, because we do still have some space that we can convert this over. We are not, strictly speaking, required to expand to a new hub yet. Although we're very close to being required to. So let's just get this entire area converted over, I think. And then we'll think about moving into that new hub.
Saddle up in the mornings with Jimmy and the Stallion, the only morning show featuring DJ Jimmy Fries and a 4-year-old quarter horse named Clover.
This is Jimmy Fries coming to you.
I think there's a reason that this is the only show featuring Jimmy Fries and Clover. Just throwing that out there. Okay, so we're going to continue filling this in over here. We're not quite going to hit 20k. We're going to be losing some population as we convert this. That is completely expected and completely fine. So we will just go ahead and remove all of this. And we're almost done with this conversion process. I believe this is the last area over here that needs to be converted. There's certainly not going to be any residential demand for a little while. This is one way to handle it. There's no doubt about that. Not necessarily the best way to handle it, but it is a way to handle it. Okay, I want to check in on the traffic over here.
We take the second best of Milan and with an appropriate markup bring it to you.
This is fine.
Just because you don't have taste doesn't mean you should.
It's a little awkward that they're coming up this way to get onto the highway. I would kind of prefer that they weren't, but I think overall it's okay.
We all want to be sure that the people
And of course there's still this traffic, but that'll change as we start giving people more destinations, I think. We've got some garbage collection issues beginning to manifest. I don't think they're actually issues right now, though. So we should definitely think about actually developing this hub. Of course, we can't develop in this area, or not extensively anyway, and this area is unlikely to have much that can be developed. Yeah, there are some areas that could be developed, but most of this area is going to be left as is. So that is completely fine. Let's go ahead and create ourselves a bit of a commercial portion. I'm going to leave this in here empty, for sure. But let's create ourselves a bit of a commercial section, I think. Perhaps going up this way. Like that. We should be able to pull out the power line here and simply move that to be somewhere like here. Yes. Perfect. Absolutely wonderful. And we're going to need some offices as well. And I think I'll just put in those right there. We'll develop this area as commercial as well. And that, of course, means that we need to move our power line. I would really prefer not to take anything out with the power line. But actually, we don't need this power line at all. We are currently being powered via this power line. So that is good. That is very, very good. I'm going to zone this area up here as offices. Wonderful. And of course, that will get fully filled in as dense commercial. Perfect. And we should never really have any traffic issues down here. The real question, of course, is, oh, there's our, is that our first pedestrian? He's using public transport. Okay. I believe that's our first pedestrian in this hub. He had to have come in via this metro. Yep. That's the only way they can get here, is via this metro, and then they can utilize the 2 metros here to get around. And that is cargo coming in from the train station. That is to be expected. Fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and zone this area here, dense commercial. Wonderful. And I'm also going to give this another office zone. Yeah. Very nice. Now we could put another hub, like, right here. And then another one, like, down here, potentially. And then a third one centered here. They're going to have overlap, like this. And that is kind of what I want, is for them to be slightly overlapping like that. But the traffic should be much more manageable down here. And actually, look at this. Traffic is completely clean right now. No backup over here. I mean, it's starting to back up a little bit. But yeah, we're definitely pulling demand for traffic to come down here, which forces them to use mass transit. Which is pretty great. I like it. I like it a lot. So as far as this goes, do we want to zone anything there? We could theoretically drop, like, parks up over here. That's something that we could do. And just have this be like a park area. There's definitely some room for parks down here. We can have a bouncy castle right outside the ancient graveyard. What could possibly go wrong? I like it. Yeah, the bouncy castle doesn't currently have electricity, but I'm sure it'll be okay. And we're just going to fill in over this way. Wait, how did it get electricity? Oh, it's because they're constructing. Sure. That would do it. That would absolutely do it. So our residential demand is rising again. And for residential, we absolutely have to build it down in this area. So we have the train station over here. I'm thinking this section over here is probably going to be our residential section. So we'll just go ahead and put in resi right there. This does mean that these power lines can now be safely removed. And we'll do something along the lines of that. Fantastic. Yep, that'll definitely do the trick. We can continue to zone offices up here since we continue to have demand for it. Excellent. And there will be some traffic that comes in down here from people going to, like, from their residence to their workplace up here, I think. But ultimately, traffic should remain quite light in this particular hub. And this should drive a lot of people to use the mass transit. And get run over by a police car, apparently, which then just disappears. Well, that's a thing that happened. Okay. Very strange. But hey, we've definitely got a nice old town developing here. I actually really like this. I think this is really neat. So we are, of course, going to continue doing some development over here. We're going to have to start thinking about the location of our next hub soon, but that, I think, is a job for next episode. It is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time when we finish zoning up this hub and expanding to another one.